So, dear students, welcome to our next video. In the previous video, we have seen about face-centered cubic structure, and we know that such a structure is obtained by having the stacking of the atoms in the form of ABC, 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 like that. And this structure is called as hexagonal closed packed structure, or the atoms are arranged in a triangular manner, or we can say the unit cell of the FCC structure happens to be the cubic in shape, isn't it? So all that we have seen in the previous lecture, previous video. Only thing that I would like to highlight is that about that FCC structure. Here you can see this FCC structure. Just a minute. So this is what is called as FCC, face-centered cubic structure. So here you can see here now. This is actually a unit cell of the. This is actually unit cell of the face-centered cubic structure. You can see how the square appears, cubic structure appears, or how the unit cell of the FCC structure is also cubic one. You can see these are the red atoms are the corner atoms. Similarly, red atoms at the bottom are also corner atoms of the bottom. And in between these two, you can see the white atoms. Just to have the better visualization, we have changed the color of the atoms. And this is the this one is the suppose ABC layer, ABC layer stacking is there. So the white atoms happens to be on the center of the face, each face. So there are 6 atoms, white. They appears on the face center of the cube, isn't it? So that's why the lattice is said to be face-centered cubic lattice. And all this we have seen in the previous video. Just to quote, the examples of the face-centered atom, face-centered cubic structures are Ag, Cu, Al, nickel, etc. So these are the examples of the face-centered cubic structure, or these materials belongs to the face-centered cubic structure. So with this now we are going to start our new topic, that is hexagonal closed packed structure. So to start with, you just wait a minute, I will share another screen. So this is about hexagonal closed packed structure, or simply it is called as HCP structure. HCP, hexagonal, H stands for hexagonal closed packed structure. So the atomic arrangement in this hexagonal closed packed structure is also similar to that of the face-centered cubic structure arrangement. Only difference is that in case of face-centered cubic structure, how we have arranged the first layer of the atoms, we have arranged the first layer of atoms in a triangular manner, triangular pattern. And then we know that there were 2 options, valley B and valley C. So we have obtained the second layer by putting the atoms in the valley B. So that will be the valley, that will be the layer B layer. And third layer we have found by putting the atoms in the valley C. So in this way, this procedure was repeated so as to obtain the stacking of the atoms in the form of ABC, 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 and this gives rise to what we call as a face-centered cubic structure. But in case of hexagonal closed packed structure, instead of putting the while obtaining the third layer, if we put the atoms instead of putting the atoms in the C valley, again we have to put the atoms in the valley A. So what will happen? We will be obtaining stacking of layers as AB, AB, AB as shown in the figure. So this white circle indicate atoms in the layer A, and then we know that there is a valley, B valley and C valley. So what we have done, we have put the green colored atoms in the valley B, so as to obtain the layer B. Now for third layer, there are again two options, valley A and valley B. So valley A and valley C. So again we have put the atoms in the third layer in the valley A, so that we obtain the stacking of AB, 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 and such a arrangement of atoms gives rise to hexagonal close packed structure. So here also you can see, if we join the centers, here, I will change the color. Let us take some other color. If we join the centers of the, suppose we consider centers of the atoms, then here you can see here, just a minute. This happens to be hexagonal structure. So suppose this is the central atom, then you can see here, suppose this is the center atom. So around this atom we can have hexagonal structure like this. You can see here. So this is the base is hexagonal, and then the second layer appears at the middle of the second layer is of B atoms, and third layer is again on the A atoms, or as that of the A layer. So what will happen? This is suppose A layer, then in between we form the another layer by putting the atoms in the valley B, and third layer we obtain identical to that of the layer A. So what will happen? There will be the base will be hexagonal, and in between there is a second layer of atoms. So this structure, such arrangement of the atoms, close pack arrangement obviously, because it is triangular shaped also. It is it is also triangular, isn't it? You can see here. This is also triangular shaped packing, isn't it? Triangular packing. So such a type of atomic arrangement gives rise to what we call as a hexagonal close packed structure. Now here, this structure stacking of stacking of atoms in such a way we can visualize as here. So this is a hexagonal unit cell of a what we call as a hexagonal close packed structure. So you can see here, this is the layer A. This forms the base of the unit cell, we can say, and then this is another layer, the third layer we can see. This is the top of the top layer, and in between these two, here you can see this triangle colored in blue, that indicates layer B. So this is how the arrangement is. One thing again you can notice is that this hexagonal close packed structure also is the combination of this what we can say cubic structure, not cubic, or the height is different. So here also we can see it is also the this is the combination of three cubic structures, isn't it? So as to give that hexagonal close packed structure. So all this is about how is the arrangement of the atoms. Now again, as usual, we have to find out number of atoms per unit cell, coordination number, and atomic packing fraction. So first of all, let us calculate atoms in the unit cell. Now what you can see here is that, so this is the actually basic fundamental block of the HCP structure. We have shown only one unit cell. So obviously in a crystal structure, there will be number of unit cells, number of such a hexagonal unit cells arranged or repeated throughout the space. So if we visualize the contribution of each atom to a particular unit cell, then you can see here where does the atoms exist. So in the top layer, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 atoms at the corners. Similarly, there will be the atoms, 6 atoms in the bottom. In the bottom or base, we can say. So 6 plus 6, isn't it? And obviously, these atoms will be shared by adjacent 6 unit cells. So contribution of one atom to a particular position of a particular unit cell will be just 1/6, isn't it? So obviously, it will be 1/6. And how many points are there? Upper base 12 points, upper base 6 points, and lower is again 6 points. So 6 into 6 is 12. 12 positions are there in the hexagonal unit cell, for which at each position one atom contributes only 1/6 of a complete atom. So there is also one atom at the center of the face. Center of the face. So that will be that will contribute half, 1/2. This atom, this particular atom will contribute 1/2 of its share to a particular unit cell. Similarly, this will also contribute 1/2 to the particular share, isn't it? And we know that in case of hexagonal closed packed structure, there are complete whole 3 atoms exist. 3 number of atoms exist in the body center of the hexagon. So we were discussing about the atoms in atoms, number of atoms in a unit cell. So to calculate that, if we see atoms at the corners, at the basal planes, there are 6 atoms in the upper and lower basal planes. So 6 plus 6, it will be 12. But since this happens to be at the corner, what happens? Only 1/6 of the share of the atom will be shared by particular lattice point at the corner of the basal plane. So what we can see here is that 12 into 1/6. This is the share of the corner atoms to a particular that unit cell, plus for the faces at the centers of the basal planes, there is one each atom. So that will be shared equally by adjacent unit cells. So that will be 2 into 1/2, plus we see that in case of body centered, in case of HCP structure, there are 3 complete atoms well within the unit cell. So if we calculate this happens to be that 2 plus 1 plus 3. So total number of atoms in a HCP structures unit cell is 6. So atoms per unit cell is 6. Similarly, now we can go for coordination number. Coordination number is the number of the nearest neighbor of a particular atom in a unit cell. So if we consider this particular atom at the center of the basal plane, then you can see the nearest neighbors to these atoms are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Similarly, there happens to be the these 3 atoms inside the unit cell. So 6 plus 3 is 9. And similar to the inside atoms, there can be atoms in the adjacent upper unit cell, isn't it? So 9 plus 3, 12. So we can say coordination number of the HCP structure is 12. So we have determined atoms per unit cell, coordination number, and now we are going to determine atomic packing fraction. So to calculate the atomic packing fraction, we should consider this figure. This figure resembles with the structure of the HCP unit cell, isn't it? So, and what is atomic packing fraction? Atomic packing fraction is nothing but the volume of the unit cell occupied by the atoms in that unit cell. So let us calculate now. So we can see here, this is again a right angle triangle, and what is A? A is the this distance between two atoms. Here I have shown A is the distance between two atoms in the basal plane, isn't it? And what is C? C is the height of the unit cell. C is the height of the unit cell. This complete. If this is the unit cell, then this is actually C. C is the height of the unit cell. A is the distance between the two atoms in the basal plane. And these middle atoms happens to be at the center of the unit cell. So obviously, the center of the center atoms distance of the atoms located at the center of the unit cell will be actually obviously C by 2, isn't it? So with this, now we can, so that same thing I have shown here. This is the A distance between the two atoms, and this is basal plane. So C by 2 is the distance of the central atom from the basal plane, center of the basal plane, we can say. With this, now we can write here to calculate the atomic packing fraction. We can go like this. We can have this. This is a right angle triangle. If we give the names here, let us give some different names. PQR. So PQR is the right angle triangle of which this PQ is the diagonal. So we can write A square is equal to this side happens to be A by root 3. A by root 3. So this will be A square by 3 plus height C square by 2. A square by 3 plus C square by, it will become 4 actually, not 2, because diagonal square is equal to sum of the squares of the adjacent sides or sides of the triangle, Pythagoras theorem. So A square is equal to A square by 3 plus C square by 4. So on simplifying, we can write expression for C by A. We can write expression for C by A as, we can do it like this: A square minus A square by 3 is equal to C square by 4. So now this we can do 3 into 3A square minus A square is equal to C square by 4, or we can write that's 2A square by 3 is equal to C square by 4. So here we have to write down the expression for C by A, or C square by A square. Just rearrange this expression. C square by A square will be equal to 2 into 4 by 3. 2 into 4 by 3. So it will be simply 8 by 3, or we can write C by A is equal to 8 by root 3, or we can say C by A is equal to 8 by 3 raised to half. So this we are requiring, this we will require in the derivation. So let us remember that. Now again we have to know this atomic packing fraction APF is given by volume of unit cell किंवा volume of atoms in unit cell divided by volume of unit cell itself, isn't it? So volume of atoms in the unit cell, we know that there are 6 atoms in the unit cell. So volume, and assuming atoms to be spherical, we can write 6 into 4 by 3 pi r cube, where r is the radius of the atoms, isn't it? So 6 into 4 by 3 pi r square, pi r cube, divided by volume of the unit cell. So volume of the unit cell will be given by, now how is the unit cell? Unit cell is consisting of hexagonal base and height c. So it will be given by area of the basal plane or area of the base into height. Now this basal plane consists of 6 triangles. If we see, basal plane consists of triangles. This is the basal plane, isn't it? So actually they consist of 6 triangles. So how we can calculate the area of this basal, this area into height of the unit cell, which is C. So area can be calculated by using area of one particular triangle, and whatever is the area of one particular triangle multiplied by 6. So this triangle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So area of triangle multiplied by 6 will be the area of the basal plane or base of that HCP, hexagonal unit cell, into height C. So that will give the entire volume of that unit cell. So triangle, area of triangle is given by base into height, half into base into height. Suppose if this is the triangle, then area of triangle is given by half into base length into height, half into base into height. So these parameters in our present case happens to be, now what is base? Base is nothing but A. Base is nothing but A. So base is A. So we can write 6 into area of triangle. So this will be again equal to 6 into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by 6 into area of triangle. So area is given by half into base. Base is A. Here you can see here. This is actually A, isn't it? So base is A into that height of the triangle. So height of the triangle in this case is A root 3 by 2. A root 3 by 2 into height of the entire unit cell. So just now remaining part is just we have to simplify all these things, and also here this, in this case A is equal to 2R. Now what is A? A is the distance between two atoms or base of that triangle, and that happens to be the 2R. What is R? R is the radius of the atom. So how atoms are placed? Here it is. Now this is actually A. You can see here. This is distance between two atoms. But if we assume radius of atom to be R, then obviously A is twice of R. So with this, we have to calculate all these things. So 6 into 4 by 3 pi r square, or we can put now A is equal to 2r. So let us convert any of the two. Either you convert A into R or R into A. So we are going to put here, we have to convert R into A. So obviously R will be equal to A by 2, isn't it? So 6 into 4 by 3 into pi into R cube. So R cube will be A by 2 bracket cube. A by 2 bracket cube divided by 6 into half A into A root 3 by 2 by 2 into C. Now what is C? C is height of the unit cell. So now we have to rearrange this. We can rearrange this to get how to eliminate this C. We can write, we know that C by A is 8 by 3 raised to half. So we have to put this value of C by A here. Now if we rearrange this now, just you rearrange. So dear students, we were discussing about the atomic packing fractions and the calculations involved in it. So as far as this, so this is the volume of the unit cell divided by 6 into area of the triangles into height of the unit cell, which is in this case C. So if we put here, so volume of the that volume of the atoms in the unit cell will be 6 into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by 6 into area. Area of triangle is given by half into base into height. So base is here A, half A into height of the triangle is A root 3 by 2 into height of the entire unit cell, that is C. And in this case, again, we know that I have explained to you, A is equal to 2R or R is equal to A by 2. Now, this is, so here we can write, simplify this, 6 will get cancelled and we will have with 4 by 3 pi. Now, in place of R, we have to put A by 2. So, A by 2 bracket cube divided by half A into A root 3 by 2 into C. Again simplifying, we can write this 4 into pi into A cube by 8, and this 3 will go to the denominator. So 3 into half A into root 3 by 2 into C. Again we can simplify it as 4 into pi into A cube into 4. Now this 2 into 2, it will become 4 and that will go to the numerator. So it will become 4 divided by 3. This 4 by 3 is there. 3 into A square into root, this A into A will become A square into root 3 into C into 8. This 8 will go to the denominator. So into it will be 8. So after simplifying in this way, 16 into pi into A by 24 into root 3 into C. But here C by A is 8 by 3 raised to half. So A by C will become 3 by 8 into raised to half. And after that, putting this value, we will get this expression. And finally, if we calculate this value, then it comes to be 74 or 74%. So in conclusion, we can say that the atomic packing fraction of the hexagonal close packed structure is 74, which is equal to actually face-centered cubic lattice, face-centered cubic structure, but still it is close packed structure, and it is giving new type of structure, crystal structure. Previous was face-centered cubic structure. Here it was hexagonal closed packed structure or HCP crystal structure. So here we can see this is all about that HCP structure, and the examples of the structures are helium, helium, hydrogen, then rubidium or magnesium. So all these are examples of the hexagonal closed packed structures. When the gases crystallizes, they crystallize in the form of HCP structure. And again, as usual, just to have the more clear insight, I would like to share. So here is the structure of HCP, hexagonal closed packed structure. So you can see this is layer A, this is A layer, layer A, layer B is in the middle, and again we are having layer A. So here also you can see bottom layer, middle layer is colored blue, and again top layer is colored in green. So this is how the HCP structure is there. So for the time being, we will stop here. And in the next video, we are going to again discuss remaining simple crystal structures. For the time being, let us stop here.